15 drinks a day I thought was absurd. I can maybe have 2 in an hour. I could possibly push up to 3, but I'm not going to drink that much when gambling. We did see one person at the blackjack table who they had to ask to leave, I believe is what happened.
So she was sitting next to me. The first red flag was she was very loud, but very pleasant. And at least she was listening to us when we told her how to play blackjack. She was following our directions, and she was up about $300. And so I asked her, do you want to go? Do you want me to call your husband? And she was like, no. And so then the wait staff came over and she was ordering chocolate martinis. And she said, I'll take another chocolate martini. And he said, ma'am, you've met your quota for the day. And we're like, you have got to be kidding me. So that was at least 15 drinks in the time that she had been there, which was within 3 or 4 hours. We packed her chips and called her husband to come. I saw her later on in the cruise and she has no recollection of that at all.
Oh, what a mess. Yeah, mentioning the players, it's always funny to poke at them. We saw some ridiculous plays. There was a guy who doubled a 9 versus a dealer 10.
I said, sir, wait a minute. You only have 9 and they have a 10 showing. And he said, yeah, I know. I'm feeling it.
Oh.
And I was like, what are you feeling? A loss? Like, and of course he lost. Yeah, it's very strange.
There were people standing on hands like ace 4.
And it wasn't even a bus card for the dealer. It was like a 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah, there should just never be standing on an ace 4 unless you have some very special information. But I don't really think, especially when they have the continuous shuffle machine and the dealer was protecting their whole card. But the dealer seemed to mostly know what they were doing, although there was one situation where the dealer didn't peek. And for listeners who might not know about that, if the dealer has an ace or a 10, they're obligated to look at their upside down card, their whole card, before instructing the players on what to do. But the dealer didn't peek and then was asking the player, what do you want to do? And that's a disaster, because if the dealer has a 21 in the hole and then you decide to split and double, then you're just hemorrhaging money. The dealer should be looking first, but the player mentioned, oh, did you look? What do you have?
Yeah. And the dealer did look at that point.
There was another time where the dealer just said they had 21, but didn't flip over the card.
Yeah, that was interesting too. He started collecting all of our chips and we're like, what the heck? And he had a 10 showing. He didn't have the ace showing. I guess I would be more inclined to believe him, but he just started collecting everyone's chips and we're like, oh. So yeah.
Then show the ace. So a little bit of difficulty with the blackjack. And I had a little bit of difficulty at video poker because there were sticky buttons. It happened to me once where I held 2 cards, for example, and then one of the cards just suddenly unheld and forced me to make a mistake. So I had to be very careful about, okay, is it still held? And when I pushed the button, I paused for a few seconds to make sure the card was still held and then continued playing. But what a disaster to have to think about all the hands and then the sticky button issue. So a lot going on there. But overall, I did get lucky on the video poker, as you said, and hit a royal flush.
You did hit a
on
royal
the
flush.
3-play, the triple play game. So I hit a few royals in Caesar's Palace on the 100-play game, but you would expect that over the amount of coin in that we did on the 100-play game. But for triple play, it was nice to hit a royal. So it was $1,000 for the royal flush. I was dealt 3 cards to a royal flush. And on the third hand, I drew out to the royal flush. And some ups and downs in blackjack as well. Initially, I was down in the video poker, then got the royal. So I ended up a little bit on the video poker. And my thoughts on if you have to play this negative expectation game, video poker, or you're paying a fee for blackjack, the credit card rewards are covering the difference. And then potential return offers might also help. So if it's close, I think it's still worthwhile to gamble.